What's going on, YouTube? This is your boy, Mr. Micro Mike. I want to say thank you for joining this session of Subscriber Friday. It is one of my favorite events because you guys run the show, and I go ahead and let you guys tell me any question regarding Lions or something personal. Questions and answers. That's what we like around here. And it's fun, man. It's giving back to you guys, the listeners who take time out of your day, especially on a nice summer day like today, where people be drinking a beer and enjoying some good times. What up, doe crap face? I am happy that you are live today, man. I talked to you, left you in a comment. Need to go ahead and keep writing me. Got to shout you out, man. Crapface he's been a subscriber for me from nearly day one, I could say. What up, Doe D Williams? What up, Doe Boog Spray? Guys, again, this is going to be a good show, and I already like one of the questions that was put out there, and I'll get to that in about a moment here. What up, Doe Sip Trop Media? So I wanted to guys give you an update that when it comes to, we all know that Google Hangouts is going away, and we do have an alternate for that right now. We are working on it. We had communications today, and there will be live roundtables when Google Hangouts end. There will be a supplement for that. So the Google stuff will continue. What up, though, George Morgan? You do not need to worry about that. It will get done. I'm going to get my setup complete by tomorrow. I get everything tonight. I'm going to set it up tomorrow. So no matter what, it will be up. I'm going to meet up with Troxel on Monday. We're going to square this stuff away and make sure it's up and running. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and get straight into the questions. Now, the first question was set to me by Mr. D. Williams. He's had a good one. He says, do you or anyone in the chat have any interest in Jadeveon Clowney? Well, me personally, no. I don't think we need Jadeveon Clowney on our team. I think we have some good ends right now, especially with Trey Flowers. We have some cap space, but we got to think about the future as well. Are we going to keep Decker at left tackle? Are we going to pay Galladay in the future big money? Jadeveon Clowney, yes, it's going to cost draft picks, but it's also going to cost a fairly high contract, and I don't think it would be worth it considering that you're giving up the money for him as well as a draft pick. Now, is he a talent? Absolutely. I liked him coming out of college. When he went to the Texans, I thought he would be better than what he is. I don't think he's lived up to the hype that he was drafted at. However, they made him out to be a god, and obviously they overhyped him, and he's still a good defensive end, though. Don't get me wrong. He has special talent, and it's really cool that he's wanting to get a contract. He wants to move on and be loved by a team. Obviously, it doesn't look like the Texans are willing to make him a mega deal, and for whatever reason, they can't do that, or financially they're unable to do that. So they're probably going to go ahead and move on from him. And so when it comes to the Detroit Lions, yeah, I think we would pass simply by that. Sip Trot says, finally making the live chat. Hey, I try to do different times, man. We all got different schedules. Now I am going to be on the roundtable full time doing 8 to 10 as our normal times. I decided to skip out on sleep. I think it's more important to do live chat and keep this roundtable thing going. It's vital, man, because we love talking Detroit Lions. I think we are 13 days, folks, from training camp, and I am so excited, absolutely so excited to see the players get in there, the rookies get in there, and make some noise. Blue and Silver, what up, Doe? He says, how are the tight ends compared to the rest of the NFC North? Pull. I think it's night and day. I think we have the best tight end group in the NFC North. And what's crazy about this is a year ago, we had the absolute worst tight ends, not just in the NFC North, but nearly in the NFL, period. It was a travesty to how bad our tight end plays were. And given the fact that we completely overhauled this position completely, and now we take a weakness, complete an epic fail weakness, and make it a insane strength, one of the best groups in the NFL, is insane, especially over one off season for them to make that happen. I mean, you get Jesse James, who is a very underrated tight end. He wasn't utilized enough with the Steelers because they had so many weapons. Then we draft TJ Hawkinson, Mr. Blue Chip. And let's not forget about Nada that we got in the 6th or 7th round. He has very soft hands. He has the ability to catch a ball very well. And I think we're going to see something out of him that most people don't really value. They don't understand because he was a later draft pick. I think we actually could use him in 3 tight end sets, and that is something they're practicing in OTAs, and having these weapons on the field, I think it's the best tight end group in the NFC North. Shoot, I'll jump and say we may have the best, well, maybe not the best, just because, again, you got a rookie and you got a guy who was underutilized, but at least top 5 tight end group in the NFL. I do fantasy football. I am going to draft TJ Hawkinson if he is available around where I draft. If you guys do that as well, I would as well. The guy is going to make some big numbers. We all know, though, tight ends have a hard time as a rookie, but this guy is completely different from the average tight end. So I'm really excited to see that going on. What do you guys think? Do you think that the tight ends, in my opinion, is the best group in the NFC North? Do you think that the tight end is top 5 tight end group in the NFL? I am in there 100%. I am totally in that camp. I think, man, I'm really excited. I've been talking about this all off season. I literally put my reputation on the line when I kept saying the whole off season, we need to draft TJ Hawkinson. We need to draft this guy. He's going to revolutionize the offense. He's going to revolutionize keeping the offense going and getting that defense rest. And I totally believe he's a mismatch for defenses. His ability is going to open up everything for the wide receivers, for the running backs, for the other tight end. And it's going to completely change. It's going to be a big shocker to the NFL. And I don't understand why they're not paying attention to this. When you look at what Gronkowski and Hernandez did in 2011 with Bill Belichick, their offense was unbeatable. You had 2 tight ends, very similar to what we got here when you think of TJ Hawkinson and Jesse James. When you think, well, what we got, what they had, it's very similar. Look, you got TJ Hawkinson, it would be a Gronkowski, right? You got Jesse James, would be a Hernandez, right? Randy Moss, I believe, was on that team as well. He would be like Mr. Marvin Jones, the guy who does the deep play action, catch the ball, the 30, 40-yard bomb. Got Galladay. This offense is going to explode, and I'm really excited. And it's such a big factor with the tight ends. When our tight ends were so poor last year, our offense took a real big hit. It also didn't help that you had KFC as offensive coordinator, but simply it hurt us. What up, though? No Miss J. Hey, man, I don't know what's going on. If you want to jump in and talk football, just let me know, and we can get you up in here as well. I know you can sometimes and you can't sometimes. You just got to let me know. And so that's what I like talking about when it comes to the tight ends, man. I think this is one of the most positions I'm going to be paying attention to. This is something I believe will revolutionize the offense. JMO, if you want up in here, let me know, JMO. Y'all know that me and JMO for sure love talking Lion sports. His work schedule's been difficult as of late, so it's hard to tell, but if you want in, let me know, man. So it looks like Nomis is going to join in, and if JMO wants in, he will come in as well. And then all of us can talk about what you guys want to talk about. You guys, we want to talk about Lions football and answer all the questions that you guys want answered. And so right now, I'm going to start sending out some invites and get this bad boy rolling. So when it comes to why the tight end position is so vital, why is it very important? Again, the tight end position opens up everything. It opens up the offense as a whole. When you have the offense opened up as a whole, the wide receivers get that much little more separation. You need separation to catch the ball. The running back has a better hole to get and make those cuts and do what he's got to do. He has then it opens up again for those tight ends, because now with the wide receivers and with the running back and everyone from that position, they are then getting open, and it's so awesome to see. It is so awesome to see. Now, folks, I am trying to set this up. I'm talking, typing, and scrolling at the exact same time, and so just give me one moment here so I can get my thoughts together and read what you guys are saying and get these guys in on the game. So I sent out the invites if they wanted to come in. Again, folks, it's exciting. And JMO says top 10 tight end core this year for sure. I'm gonna go a little above that. I think we're top 5. Blue and Silver says Iron Mike. Hey man, you gotta eat that iron, eat, sleep, lift, repeat. Definitely top 5. Boog agrees with me. Yeah, man, I think we're definitely top 5. I think it's going to be so awesome to see. What up, No Nomis? What's going on, man?
What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, man, we'll talk about tight ends. What do you think this tight end group is going to be this year?
You said what I think it's going to be like?
Yeah, we're going to be they want to know, what do you think the tight end is compared in the NFC North? Are we going to have the best group in the NFC North? What about the NFL? Are we going to have a top 10, top 5? What do you think?
I say maybe between top 5, top 10 in the NFL, but definitely number 1 in the NFC North. Because you have to understand the level of what we're going to use them for. They're going to become a big headache for a lot of those linebackers in our division. And, like when you look at Minnesota, I mean, yeah, they got some decent linebackers, but, Anthony Barr is not known as the best coverage guy. Then you have to look at the fact of the matter that he may end up being so it allows Hawkinson or somebody else to be opened up. And then not to mention it helps our slot receivers out in the middle. So, and then, that could be like a big key area for us too this year, that slot receiver. Just because of those tight ends out there allows us to open up across that middle. And it almost makes sense when you think about, not to go off top of it, but the defense, when you think about Justin Coleman covering the middle, I feel like that's going to be a very key position for that side of the ball. So I feel like that's where that tight end is going to come in heavy for us. Help open that middle of the field up.
Absolutely. You make a great point when it comes to Amendola. He's got to be feasting looking at this specialty on offense with how he is going to now have more extra yards to be open and to get those easy passes and to turn up, make some play, get some extra yards. It's just so important with these tight end positions. And I think a lot of people got away from it. It was the hot subject back in 2011. Everyone wanted to get great tight ends, and then it kind of went away. But it's coming back now, and Darrell Bevel really uses tight ends well. He's great with the play action, and every weapon on offense is going to be just a little bit more open, and that will be easier for Matthew Stafford. And it's just going to be absolutely awesome to watch this year.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Folks, if you have any more questions, just go ahead and send them out. I take this on a whim, so I go through it, answer any question that you guys want, and that's the way we do it. Will Patricia still wear the sleeves rolled up? LOL. Man, it will. I don't know, man. He might grow the beard out as well, rolled up sleeves. I don't think he's going to wear the hat backwards, though. He got scolded for that one, and he decided to keep that thing going forward after the whole media landscape went nuts on him about his having a hat backwards.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you, man. He says, do you think Russell Westbrook and Harden gonna work out?
That's the only answer I can give. I mean, they used to play. I ain't gonna say no. They used to play together back in the day, but I mean, they're different. They're more evolved players now, so I guess it's more of the lines of seeing how they are going to coexist. They were much younger back when they were together, so now that they've developed into superstars on their respective ends, it's going to be more interesting. I couldn't really give you a projection. Some people may say yes, some people will say no because they both ball dominant players. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be based on how Houston chooses to use the point guard and where they choose to use Harden at. I mean, that's I guess that's the best answer I can give right now.
What up, though, sweet bread? And Antoine says, I'm going to say hell nah. So I think you got your answer from him. Let's see, man. JMO, I did send you an invite. Tell me if you got it or not. I sent it a couple times. We will get that, make sure that thing's straight. Again, I don't know if you all weren't here, but we will keep that round table going live because we got stuff in the works and we will not stop due to Hangouts going out. We have another way of doing it, and we're excited to get that to you and to keep this bad boy going. Now, since there's no questions right now, I'm going to throw a question out there. What up, though, Zachary Graves?
So, Zach,
I would like to do a question, man. And this one, you may take a minute to think about it, but last week I asked the question, what was the worst, if you could take one play back in the last 10 years for the Lions, what one would you take back? Now I'm going to switch it out. What was the best play in the last 10 years the Lions did that you will never forget?
the best play?
Yeah, the best single play in the last 10 years.
Man. Oh, no wonder why he says it's going to take a minute to think about. I can't be biased and give like those heroic Stafford moments, so I don't want to do that. I have to think of something else. You know what? I got to say the best play I do and will say that comes off the top of my head will probably have to go back. I want to say, I hate to have to use this one. Believe it or not, it was the defense of 2013, not 2014, but 2013 against Chicago. This is one of the favorite plays I've seen. It was a sack. How we kept those guys from practically stealing the game away from us at the end after those bad penalties. I'll say that was one of my undercover favorite plays because Nick Fairley was able to just run in there like a bit battery ram and really get after the quarterback. Because like I think Jay Cutler was having like groin injuries, and I think he got out of that game at some point early in that game. The backup was actually kind of confusing us a little bit, but I mean, we were able to close the game out on a defensive, and that's why I was still hoping that we could have made the playoffs. So like maybe they'll be stepping up more this year, but we see how next season ended. But that was one play I kind of liked it. Another one I can think. Oh,
yeah,
what's up,
go ahead. Well, J-Mo in now? No, I don't see him on here.
Oh.
What up, Doe? Brent Harpazzo Lange Rapture. Folks, if you ain't subscribed to No Miss J, 313 JMO, and or myself, make sure you do so because we are cool and I'm definitely a cool guy.
Oh yeah, please, thank you. I'll say another one would be Glover Quinn picking off Aaron Rodgers in 2015. That was another play I liked it because it came out of nowhere. I just did not see it happening. It was like right for the Ford Field, Hail Mary game. I don't want to think about that again.
Those are the bad plays. I don't like to forget those plays. One of my favorite plays of all time. I know, obviously, I could say where Matthew Stafford jumped over the line. That was definitely one of the greatest plays. But one of the plays was in 2011. We were playing against the San Diego Chargers at the time. Rivers threw the ball, and Cliff Averill picked it off at the 5-yard line, walked it in for a touchdown. That was one of the greatest plays for me because that crowd was screaming playoffs. The chant was going on.
You have to remember that. See, I had to cut you off, but you have to remember that game was crazy entirely. Like literally before it even came out. Remember, wasn't it like a scuffle?
Oh man, yeah, it was awesome, man. We killed them in that game, man. They're not going to lose that game, and I absolutely loved it. Let me see here, really quick, JMO. I did send you an invite again. I don't know what's going on, man. Zachary Graves. Let's see. He says, I love the play when Stafford threw the interception to Galladay him so hard he made him fumble and then got the ball back. Oh, yeah. That was a hilarious play.
And wasn't the D-back, what's his name? What is his name? I can't think about it. Oh, man. He's a safety, I think, or a nickel. What is this? Anybody in the comment section remember the name of the D-back that picked him off before Galladay took him out?
I do not remember that play. What up, though? Brian Ellis. Antoine, you hi. What up, doe? Let's see here. Kenny Galladay trucking Clinton Dix. That was a good one. I think that's the one you were talking about, Nomis.
Nah, that wasn't
No?
it. He's a smaller guy than haha. I think
Okay.
his name is
Tremaine
Truman
Johnson.
Johnson. Yeah, Truman Johnson. I remember I got so teed off. I was so happy that he did that because it was like they're trying to compare him to like Ronnie Lott. And I'm like, no, Ronnie Lott was a much stronger hitter than Tremaine Johnson. Like, if anybody was comparable to Ronnie Lott, it's Quandre Diggs. No way. No way. That's why I had to ask everybody, like, who was naming that guy? Because they made such a terrible comparison, in my opinion.
Let's see here. I hope everybody is okay. New Orleans tropical storm landfall. Yeah, man. Prayers to the folks over there that's dealing with that tropical storm. Could be a hurricane. I'm not sure what force of wind it's going to be, but we all know, man, we don't like hurricanes hitting New Orleans. What up, though, J Third?
James Willis.
Barry Sanders running 80 yards with one shoe. That was hilarious. That was hilarious.
I mean, what is it? It's kind of cheating. What play he made doesn't top the list? Oh my goodness, such a dynamic back.
Oh man, he was such a phenomenal player, and it sucks is I had him like at the end when I was young is when he was playing, so I don't get to like remember it like Calvin Johnson, and it really, really sucks that I did not get to live to where I could actually remember everything legit from time, like the moment you seen it. Like everyone knows like the moment where Matthew Stafford jumped over the line. It's these moments that you don't forget because they're so epic. Unfortunately, stuff like that, I was like 5 years old, man. So yeah. I can't remember it in that sense.
Oh, man.
Oh, yes. Blue and Silver Phantom made a great one. I died when I seen this one. It was the longer, but Sean Rogers interception for a touchdown, and he ran it back and like jumped in the end zone. It was so funny watching that big man do that. That was hilarious. Perfect. Here's a good one. Antoine, you hi. Do y'all fellas think we have the perfect roster for Bevel's offense? Yes, I do. I totally do. I think the only missing link again is solidifying the offensive line. We have question mark there. But man, we got weapons with the tight ends. We got the tight ends. We got the wide receivers. We got the bowling ball running back, the all-around running back, the speedy back, and consistent. It's literally perfect. Matthew Stafford's got the arm. He's also can be slippery, smooth, and make the holes and breaks. I think this offense is going to explode. What do you think, Noam?
I think the only thing we have to do is count how many times he's going to screen word Omaha this year. That's the only thing I think we have to concern ourselves with. And I'm looking to see him screaming every time a deep ball comes, because every time he screams it, it's a beautiful play. That make no mistake, that's the secret weapon.
Blue 80. Yeah, man. James Will says, I was at the game where Barry ran 200 yards in the second half to finish with 237 yards. Good Lord, that's a great game to be at, James.
Was that Minnesota?
Oh, man. D. Williams, Sue folding Aaron Rodgers like an accordion.
How could we forget that one?
Oh, man. Yeah, man. Sue was such a beast. He really changed that defense. It made teams scared of us, man. And I think that's what Quandre Diggs is going to bring. I think we've lacked that. But what I like about Quandre Diggs, he's going to bring that fierceness, that toughness, that he's going to punch you so hard that wide receivers, they do not want to go that way. And it's something you have to plan for, especially when it's cold out. You know this guy is going to throw his whole body at you and hurt you and do everything he can to make sure that when you go home, you never forget that game. And that's something we've lacked for a couple years, and I think it's coming back. What do you think about that? What do you think about Diggs?
Yeah, Diggs is arguably like one before this free. I'm gonna still say he's arguably the top 5 player on the defense right now, because this guy like I said, when I see him walk past up close, and when I'm down there, he's quiet. You can tell it's a calm demeanor, but it's like at the same time, it's real intense. He's really an intense guy. This guy is nothing to play with. When he wants to hit you, he's going to hit you, and that's why I said that it was so terrible to compare Tremaine Johnson and Ronnie Lott. I'm like, no, this is the new modern day Ronnie Lott. You know, this guy will hit you as hard as he possibly can. When I say he takes down tight ends, that he's somebody to be afraid of. You know what I'm saying? And people have to understand the whole reason why this guy was playing safety is because, you know, a certain player got hurt. I'm not going to mention his name. I'm not about to start up a storm. But that's why he was the one that was put to safety when that player got hurt, because it's like he plays so tough. Miles Killebrew still can't even touch him, and he's supposed to be the safety of the team. And that's just how dominant Diz is.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. You make a great point too, because Killebrew was known for killing fools. I mean, he hits hard too when we drafted him in a couple years. But Diggs is just on a different level of pain. It reminds me of Zach Follett. I don't know if you remember that guy, but on special teams, he hit a guy before, and it was one of the hardest hits I've ever seen. And they named him the Pain Train, and it was something to behold. And that's what I think. Like Diggs, man, he's just gonna knock people out.
Yeah, definitely. What's up, Troxel Sports Talk, TST? What's going on?
What up, though, Troxel Sports? Tone Capone says, don't put all the pressure on the O-line. Your quarterback needs to get the ball out quickly. Well, obviously, the quarterback's got to get the ball out quickly. It all depends on the player. They're going to do a 3-step, 7-step drop. You do got to get the ball out quickly. You got to understand that pressure is around. You got to have that sixth sense. It's all a big game together. So it's a chess game. So you got to have the O-line protect the quarterback. You got to have the running back knows their blocking scheme, tight end scheme. The quarterback's got to know where all the players are at. They got to be in position where they're supposed to be. The wide receivers got to break from the defensive back, because if they mess up the route, if they stop and slow them on the route, that means the quarterback is going to be standing longer. So everything's got to work out perfectly. So all the blame does not specifically go in the offensive line. They do have a big part of it, but he does make a point when it comes to quarterback getting the ball out of your hand. But everything else,
that's 1/4 of it, because, like you said, coordination of the line, working in sync, recognizing the defense, helping the system play call, all those things come into a contributing factor. And not to mention understanding the play call of the offense, not tipping plays off, everybody knowing where to place their shoulders and where they're supposed to line up at. You know, all those things come in court. And we have a history of not knowing how to do the very simplest things, and that was one of it. You know, offensive line coordination in play, you know, or having talent on there. Like you said, we spent money before and we got high draft picks. That's about almost half the job. The other stuff comes on the coaching and system effect. And then the quarterback, of course, knowing when to get the ball out of his hand. You know what I'm saying? The receivers have to have good routes too, because if they're all on one side of the ball, you know, being covered by linebackers who shouldn't be able to cover them because KFC decided to put them on one side and leave one to be double teamed, then that makes the quarterback have to hold the ball a little longer. And if he tries to force something, he throws a turnover, everybody's down his throat. So it's a lose situation.
Yep, and it's got to be all precise. It's got to be all working mechanics. It's like a machine, man. If you take one part, one piston out of it, machine's gonna fail. And it's specifically when it comes to that, especially when it comes to sacks and pressures, not all the blame goes on one specific person. However, if it's a really bad sack where the left tackle decides to not even touch the defender coming at him, and that obviously is his fault. If it's a pressure sack, the secondary is really good holding these wide receivers down. There's a pressure sack. So it all goes together as one big machine. And if one fails, it all fails. And hopefully everything could get better. And so, even like I said last night, I was saying, as long as we have a top 15 offensive line, we should be good to go. We just can't have a bottom third of the offensive line that that doesn't help at all. That
No,
doesn't help. I mean, you could have Aaron Rodgers your quarterback, but if they're constantly on the run, it just does not help at all.
if anything, it slows the game down too much.
Yep. Man, it looks like JMO's having some issues. I've sent him out like 500 requests. So I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what's going on, man. So hopefully it get fixed and maybe he can get in here. If not, it'll be another time for sure. Troxel says, yeah, because he proved to be versatile in New England. If Riddick gone, why not? What do you mean if Riddick is gone? Why not to get rid of him or why to get rid of him? So I'll just go ahead and say why we should get rid of him, and then I'll say why we shouldn't. I do personally believe we should get rid of him. So when I say why we shouldn't, just understand that my view is we should. So why we should is he's the 9th highest paid player on the team. That is a lot of cap space for a guy who doesn't bring anything new to the team. Kerryon Johnson can catch the ball out of the backfield. He can also play as a slot receiver if need be. He's got that ability. We got the speed guy in Ty Johnson. We got Agnew as well, who does offensive plays. We all know Theo Riddick is not a man who runs the football. So when he's on the field, we know it's not going to be running down the middle. It's going to be some sort of pass or some sort of screen play because that's pretty what he is. He's a one-trick pony.
Yeah, it's like I've always like when he is able to play good, and that's the key when he is able to play good because he barely sees the field anymore, and so you were forced to get him a lot of snaps in between 2014 up to before 2017 due to the fact of the matter the depth was injured and the way he was being used at first. At first in 2016 and 15 they kind of corresponded him with a doula a lot. And I kind of thought they were going to do that in 2017, but the scheme was just horrible. The line play was terrible. He was just injured up. And that's kind of the downside of having him. But on the positive end, though, he still can juke people out the way and get yardage. But the problem is he's not going to see the field enough. If Kerryon is one of those, so why would you keep him there if he can't be in between the tackle and runner consistently? And if he do try, he's going to get hurt. At this point, he's outlived his useful.
Absolutely, I 100% agree with you. I think that, literally, you got to think when we are talking about Theo Riddick, is he worth being the ninth best player on this team? Does anyone actually believe that he is the 9th best player on this team? I don't think so. No. He's not going to be utilized enough for that type of pay, period. And so I don't see the advantage of having him in the backfield. I don't. We have Kerryon Johnson who will scare defenses. We know when he's in the backfield, he can do it all. So why waste a down on Mr. Theo Riddick? Why? It makes no sense. We know that Zach Zenner has the ability to also catch, even though not as good. But at least he has that ability of running down the middle as well. And CJ Anderson, why would you put Theo Riddick on the field compared to those guys? It just doesn't make any sense to me. I think he should be gone, and that's really my feeling on it. I don't think he's a fantastic player. I don't think he is worthy of keeping on the team, especially due to his pay. I think if the idea is you want him on the Lions team, you'd have to convert him into a wide receiver, in my opinion. But again, we have Amendola, we have wide receivers who are better than he would be. So it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, if they were going to, and the thing is, if they were going to do something like that, they should have thought about that maybe, like I said, around 2017 or when he still had a little juice left. He still has a juice left, but with another team, I think that's where he's going to be best fitting with. It don't matter really if it's AFC or NFC, but yeah, it's just it's time for him to go. Out the old in with the new at this point, and that's sometimes the problem with the Lions. We get a little too comfortable with some of our used to be favorite players, and we can't see life without them. But it's time for them to go. It's time for them to go.
I am 100% agree with you. I think he could be an Oakland Raider. like the rest of our Lions players, go go ahead and fill their squad, and maybe they can use you out there. Not for us though. I would like to see Ty on the field over him. I'd definitely rather see Zach Zenner. At least as Zach Zenner, he's going to gain you a couple yards. I want to see CJ Anderson. I think CJ Anderson can make a huge difference this year because we've seen what he did with the Los Angeles Rams last year. He went in there, almost did 7 yards a carry when Gurley went down. My God. You have that with Kerryon Johnson. Talk about a running duo that will just scare the living hell out of defenses.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a slow burn with the choice finish.
J-Mo, what up, though?
What's up, Jay?
What in the heck,
Bro, I'm very this one hangout's ending anyway, though, because it's garbage.
Yeah, man. So, we've been having some tech issues the last 2 days, like nothing before, man. It's been going crazy. I was telling the folks, I don't know if you're here, we do have a supplement to Hangouts. I am going to be testing it tomorrow. On Monday, I'll be testing with Troxel Sports to make sure that this new chat ability will be good to go, and then we can get rid of Hangouts because this thing is really starting to be garbage.
So you just sent another invite, didn't you?
I think I've sent you 15 invites.
Yeah, I think on the 15th one I finally got it because I already sent you the screenshot of my invite screen that had no invites in there.
I don't know, man.
Anyway, let's get back to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think they're talking about getting Jeremy Hill. I'm like, I don't want Jeremy Hill. He's always hurt. Just came off an ACL. I'm like, nah.
I'm good on that.
What up, though, Steve Perry? What up, though, Boo? CJ, show me something in a Lions uniform before I jump on board. He'll show you something, man. I'm going to let J-Mo tell you about CJ Anderson and Kerryon, what they're going to show you.
CJ going to show you more than something. He's not look. I mean, he's CJ Anderson, man. He's a good running back. He knows his role, and he's gonna fill his role. CJ might have the easiest job on the team. All you got to do is run forward. Like, he got the easiest job on the team right now. He don't have to do nothing else.
Yep. Only thing he go show is somebody else's body being flown back 5 yards when he run into him.
Boo says he's not going to blunt me. No, sir. Look,
and I mean, LeGarrette Blount was bad when it came to yards per carry, but he had a lot of touchdowns. So CJ would be able to actually give you the yards per carry and the touchdowns. True. I saw earlier he do ask Westbrook and Harden. All I'm gonna say is y'all gonna be mad they together. That's how good they're gonna be. It's not fair.
No, not at all. It's going to be an awesome combination to watch. And why I think CJ Anderson is going to be different when it comes to LeGarrette Blount. LeGarrette Blount had, for whatever reason, when he came to Detroit, whether it be KFC or Theo Riddick, this dude decided to dance in the backfield when all he needs to do is run forward and just plow people over. CJ Anderson, that's what he does. He's a bowling ball. So as long as he runs forward, he will do much better than LeGarrette Blount and will be a great compliment to Kerryon Johnson.
He's much younger than LeGarrette Blount. I mean, he didn't work with the Panthers, but the Panthers were garbage. So you can't really, because I remember Crimson Shadow, our boy Crimson, he was saying that one of his friends from the Panthers was like, you don't want CJ. CJ is trash. I'm like, well, if CJ was trash, why he go to the Rams and ball out then?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like he couldn't ball out with y'all because y'all didn't know what y'all were doing. He goes to a team that knows what they're doing as long as we're using him right. And like I already seen Frank Ragnow open holes when he was a rookie. So I'm gonna love seeing CJ run through those holes that Frank Ragnow's gonna be opening as a center.
And people have to remember Denver's line didn't block that well either, but he still got 1,000 yards. That Super Bowl defense.
Everywhere he's been, he's produced.
You know, Peyton Manning got a ring because of two people, Von Miller and C.J. Anderson.
Yep, I said
Never forget.
C.J. Anderson is the guy that gets overlooked, and that's why he has a massive chip on his shoulder.
Right.
I for whatever reason,
Denver is just really good at drafting running backs. Because I would, when they got rid of him, I'm like, are y'all crazy? Then they drafted Royce Freeman, Philip Lindsay. I mean, they drafted Terrell Davis too. So they drafted C.J. Anderson. So they're good at drafting running backs, but otherwise they would have kept him.
Thing is, too, people sleep on him because one thing they forget, this guy has an insane motor. Like, he can go all day. And he'll tell you he'll go all day and don't get tired. That's what I like about him.
Yeah, and put some respect on Zenner's name, dog. Stop acting like he ain't on the team.
Yep.
Put some respect on Zenner's name. As long as
He's
we
like
got
a
Zenner,
down
we
version of
good.
him, actually.
Because all I know is Zenner done averaged 4 yards per carry his whole career. That's production. That's all I'm saying, man. Zenner is our Rex Burkhead. He gonna come in when you least expect it and be the savior. He always does it.
Yeah, you're 100% right, man. And Zenner,
trust me, it's gonna be that one game.
Yards.
Carry on and CJ getting shut down, and Zenner gonna come in and start chopping them up. You know, like look at little Zach Zenner.
They're gonna use him as a battery ram. Yeah.
And he's good at blocking. He's really good at blocking as well. An underutilized thing that people don't talk about a lot is blocking for the quarterback.
KFC ruined so many running backs. I swear, like I don't understand you play them half a game and then just say nope.
KFC punched my soul. He was
never trust a dude with a silver tooth in his mouth. That's all I'm saying.
What up, though? Vash Star win. Sorry, man.
Vash Star win, man. I wonder if that's related to Vash and Stampede with all the stuff me and him been talking about.
What's going on, Star win?
Yeah, I'm just glad we don't got LeGarrette Blount no more.
I don't know what he came in trying to prove something last year, and I don't know what it was. He just doing all that twisting time, like, dude,
yeah.
Oh, I do want to say my favorite Lions memory is definitely. I mean, I don't know how y'all didn't say this. You need to put some respect on our whole team name. The 329-yard game from Calvin Johnson against Dez Bryant when he was over on the sideline crying like a little girl, and Calvin was over there chopping up his life, showing him who's a Hall of Famer and who's not.
No,
that's the same game where Stafford did his little thing, but that was the game where, bruh, put the world on notice, bro. I am Megatron. You all are little kids to me.
Yep.
I was trying to keep myself from mentioning the obvious stuff like Megatron.
I mean, but it ain't. I mean, you ask somebody what's their favorite Pistons moment, you really think they're gonna say a moment that didn't have something to do with a championship?
Well, of course.
So to me, it's not really obvious. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
Blunt thought he was Marshawn Lynch. Hey, Marshawn Lynch did have a little wiggle in his crown. Yeah, Blunt. Yeah, he trash.
Yeah. I like Zenner, but man, he can be green beans left over from Thanksgiving that you forgot was in the cabinet. You gotta understand those.
Hey, 4 yards per carry. Put some respect on his name.
He's a third. You got to look at the position that he's at. He's not the first string running back. He's our third. That's a good combination. 1, 2, 3.
And all I'm saying is, who's our last? Since Reggie Bush, Zach Zenner has been our most productive running back. I'm just telling y'all the facts. So Amir Trash Dula and Trash Riddick, and I love Tion Green, but they didn't give him the ball enough. Got rid of him, then got LeGarrette Blount like idiots. But Zach Zenner's the deal, man. I'm like, I don't care where he goes in his career. I guarantee you, he leave us, the Patriots, getting him, and it's a wrap. So better be glad we got him as a third running back because he can do everything, and he can play special team. He can do everything.
Mm-hmm. And broke his back, and he come back freaking look ripped and stronger. Dang, man.
I thought he was done after that injury. I'm like, they say he had a collapsed lung. I'm like, boy, what happened?
Just like Cray, man.
Blue and Silver Phantom says, do I think Isaac Nuada or Nada or whatever will play fullback? No, I don't.
No.
I think if anybody playing fullback, it's going to be T.J. Hawkinson.
Yeah.
Isaac Nuada is a receiving tight end.
Who could actually block?
One
He's
pride
not
says
really a good
One
blocker.
pride says he is watching this show live from Myrtle Beach. You...
Myrtle Beach, man. What's up, bro?
What?
Why you Myrtle Beach? Oh wow. Shout out to you, One Pride 40. Make sure you guys like the video if you haven't already.
Big shout out to One Pride talking to us while he's at Myrtle Beach, man. That's a big deal. What do I think about Nada? Isaac Nada. I think he's a pass-catching tight end. He's got very soft hands. I think we'll utilize him. The role that, again, with the third tight end, he could probably play in the slot every once in a while. I think he'll be used if there's injuries for sure. He kind of reminds me of a young Jesse James, a younger Jesse James. Not like Jesse James is old, but he will develop, I think, into a really good passing tight end, kind of like Tony Scheffler, if you guys remember him, when we traded him from Denver. That's what he kind of reminds me of.
Hey, the chef god, Tony Scheffler.
Yeah, man.
I still
Tony
remember when he
Scheffler.
called that touchdown against the Buccaneers. He comes, acts like he has a sword in his hand, going, "I'm God."
Oh yeah, man. Hey man. One thing I've always liked about the Lions compared to other teams, though, we got way more personality than these other teams, man. Like with the stuff what they was doing with the little face thing, and you put the name there, you gotta guess who it was. Like, what other team is doing all that other stuff?
Right.
And it was I feel bad for Marvin Jones because as soon as Graham Glasgow saw his name, he just started singing, bro. He just it was hilarious, man. Bro, he just instantly starts singing, man. I'm like, yeah, Marvin, you know that.
He might be singing. He'd probably be singing through the locker room.
Then Stafford gonna say something to Sam Martin, the best looking guy you know. I'm like, for real, Stafford, that's how you are in the locker room? He's like, oh, the ugliest guy I know. See, Stafford low key still legit mad that Sam Martin punked that 10 yards, but they don't talk about it. But it's cool. Even though if you know off the off the football field, Sam Martin and Matthew Stafford are like best friends. So,
Folks,
for some context. But I know he mad about that 10-yard punt. He ain't gonna never forget
that 10-yard punt, man. That was really far. That was a punt that went to the heavens, man. Last night, if you have not seen the round table, do so. But I did a hidden Easter egg at the 1 hour and 30-minute mark.
You don't call that no Easter egg. Like that.
If you wanted to see something hilarious, go to that. It's on Noble Sports Channel. Nobody's seen it until I posted it to everybody today. It was something hilarious I did.
Bug Spray says, do we still have the fullback we got last draft? Yeah, we have Nick Baldwin, but I really don't see him making it. TJ,
yeah, man.
Easter Mike.
I don't either.
TJ Hawkinson is everything, man. Like, he's a receiver, he's a route runner, he's a fullback, he's a offensive lineman, and he's a running back. Dude's everything. That's why, greatest prospect at tight end in the last, 5 years. Dude's the real deal.
He is the real deal. He's going to be a monster, folks. He's going to be a monster, and we get to see here real soon training camp coming up, and I can't wait to see it in person and just see what he brings to the table, his athletic ability, his ability to catch the ball. He doesn't drop balls like Eric Ebust. He doesn't not run routes like Michael Roberts. It's going to be awesome to see. And no, I don't think we have the fullback will end up being on the roster. We just got too much talent. There is just so much talent in this team that you would literally have to get rid of one of the running backs or another wide receiver or another offensive lineman. And there's just so much talent that it's so hard to get rid of one of those guys for the fullback when you got C.J. Anderson literally is a running back fullback. He just punches you in the mouth. What up, though? Peace and quiet. Boog Spray says Lion's going to be a beast. That's right, man. That
What's
is
up, people?
absolutely
Quiet?
correct.
Sup. Peace and quiet.
Hey, so Noam, do you think that we're going to keep the fullback?
It's 50-50. I'm leaning towards maybe no, but it's just at the same time, I know they said TJ Hawkinson can play all those positions, but it's just about how often are they, when they, because they're gonna be trying to run the ball a lot. So my thing is like, okay, every time we run the ball, they go throw them in the fullback position. They have Jesse James out there as the other tight end, or and Nauta out there, or are they gonna, use the fullback when they run certain plays or something? That's
That's
all I'm
exactly
saying.
what they're gonna do.
Okay. I mean, only time will tell. That's why I can't wait to see preseason what happens there.
Man, TJ Hawkinson ain't never gonna leave the field for no reason. He's gonna be on the field at all 4 downs.
Brian Ellis, what up, though? He says, I want Bottom to make it, but last I heard he was still rehabbing from the injury from the last minicamp. If he isn't ready to go to training camp, then he won't make the team. I hope he does, though. If he's still rehabbing at training camp, you can go ahead and just assume he's not making the team for sure. There's no way.
All right, man. Why y'all want him anyway? It's a 7th round pick. He ain't nobody.
Troxel Sports, also known as the guy who makes onions cry, says, I think he makes it when we use position, and he's the only guy on the team that plays it. Yeah, but it's
TJ
a
Hawkinson
position.
is a fullback.
CJ Anderson is like a fullback.
I'm just giving you from when he played at Iowa, they used him as fullback, as running back, as receiver, as run blocking tight end, and pass blocking tight end. That's how they use him. What was that, 5 or 6 ways I just said? So I just think he's gonna be filling in that role. And remember, we still got Nick Bellore too. He wasn't a bad fullback.
Bellore's gone.
He wasn't a bad fullback. You said what? He's gone?
Yeah, he signed with another team. I forget what team.
Oh, you bum.
Was it the Jets or no?
What up, though? Insanely fresh. Yeah, I forget what team he signed with. So, someone in the chat, if they want to throw it down, make sure you do. Though, what up, though, Matthew Huntley, the guy who won my shirt prize. Hope you like it.
Make sure you guys like the video. Make sure you guys drop some questions. Like I said, any question, man. It don't have to be football related if you don't want it to be. This Friday is all for you, man. Everything y'all want to do in the chat and talk about.
Yeah, if you want to talk Pistons, we got 2 guys in here that know it. If you want to talk Lions, we all know. If you want to ask personal questions, go ahead. If you want to hear weird jokes, I don't know, man.
He went to the Seahawks, dog.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't they have like a Pro Bowler in the fullback position?
Brian Ellis says Joe Dahl has been trying fullback, and as Isaac Nuada, he says he thinks so. We not gonna confirm that, but Joe Dahl is doing anything to make the team. Isaac Nuada, like I said, he's not the best blocker, but he can turn into something.
G. Williams, I thank you for those kind words. Got to keep doing it. Joe Dahl been trying, like you're saying, he's been trying fullback. Anything to make the team. I like it, man. And he's getting athletic. Like J-Mo said in a previous video, if you haven't seen, make sure you view that. Also, he dropped another video that's really good. If you ain't seen these guys' videos, please do so, man. We need to get these guys' views up. They're dropping good content very well. And if you haven't watched it, do so, especially after this cast. Eagles, nope.
No, because I'm mad he went to the Seahawks. It's ain't fresh. Like, how you gonna go to the Seahawks? Like I said, ugh. Like I said, ugh. Like that's nasty. Ugh. Like, I don't like that fit at all.
D. Williams,
I wish Nick Bellore nothing but the best, but it's a wrap for him now.
D. Williams says, let the competition bring the cream to the crop. Absolutely. More competition, it brings the best out of players. I want to see it all, man. I want to see every player position just go at it at this camp. Fight like their job's on the line. Get better. Don't get injured. Just don't get injured. Do you think Matt Patricia will be smiling less in the regular season and looking more like the statues of Easter Island.
Wow.
No, I don't see him doing the Jim Caldwell. No, he's
Hey,
actually
people
very.
put some respect on my dude's side. His expressions, man. They be coming at him. There you go. Put some respect.
I think he is gonna be a statue on the sideline. He might show some expression every once and again, but I mean, Jim Caldwell was a literal, dumb face meme. That's what I'm just calling. He was a dumb face meme. So at all times, and the dumber the play that he calls, the dumber the look on his face. So Matt Patricia, I mean, he'll show some emotion, but I expect him to be that same fiery guy. But I do know with the media, he's gonna be much more joyous because he's gonna be winning and it's gonna be funny.
Yeah, you've seen it this offseason how his attitude's just changed. He's more relaxed, having a good time, smiling a little more, and less stress. I think he's got the players that he wants. I think they're buying in, and now he can just move forward with the team instead of all this other garbage going on.
Thanks a lot, JMO. You got me talking about the last coach now.
Hey man, dumb face Jim. Like, and what's funny, dog. I know you can't really relate to this, but I always support my black brothers. You know what I'm saying? And any avenue, I always root for the success of you guys. And we know how hard it is for like black coaches to try to integrate themselves into the NFL. But my guy, like, I wish he was Mike Tomlin or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a horrible coach. And then, we got other people that's like me that's like, he's a black coach and they had a winning record. And I'm like, and so what, bro? No 100-yard rushers. Like, I'm not about to go in on Caldwell right now. But I'm just saying, like, the dude was such a utter disappointment.
And they let us know he did a bad job. Every time, one bad play, like the 9.
Like, how we lose to the Cincinnati Bengals, bro?
Like, the 9 players on the field, what did they do? Point the camera to his face. Like, he screwed up. Like, come on, man. Why y'all
point the camera and all you got is the dumb face me.
You got the dumb face going on that makes Happy Meals cry. It was just terrible to watch. So
somebody missed. He overly excited.
Lewis Silver Phantom says, why are the media trying to put Chris Paul with the Pistons? I don't know.
I have no idea.
We ain't getting him. If we ain't want Mike Conley, we ain't taking Chris Paul. Chris can go. I used to love him, but he can go down. Okay, he's somewhere, bro. Like, I'm sorry. You ain't never went in the ring. Your career is over. You made your bed, lay in it really well with all the rest of your millions of dollars, and have all your NBA friends, laugh at you. It's cool. Carmelo gonna get laughed at too, bro. Enjoy it. He's done, bro. And he definitely not coming to the Pistons. So you can end all of that. You have nothing.
We're not ready for the Bengals game.
No, that's an excuse, bro. What you mean they weren't ready for the game? That's an excuse to be garbage. Golden Tate was dropping passes. Jim Caldwell didn't know how to throw a challenge flag. The defense came and showed up. They was ready because we lost. They only had like 17 points. Man, no, man. Stafford started playing well after a while. Like, everybody was clicking in Jim Baldwell. Don't know how to throw a challenge flag. I don't play Madden. Peace and Quiet said, on a positive note, we don't have to worry about a sophomore slump. Oh, what? Because he had the freshman slump, dog? Hey, man, it is what it is. You right. Let's see. Jim Caldwell, he did have a sophomore slump. It was a bad one, too.
Oh, yeah.
It started off 1-7 and got everybody fired. I'm glad we did that, though, because those people needed to be fired. But then we replaced Joe Lum Trashy with KFC. And, yeah.
So we basically moved on from Papa's Chicken to KFC. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was good that Martha Ford, she didn't play around, man. She walked in there and says, "You're all gone."
And
I
Jim
told you,
Crow.
Martha trying to get a ring before she died. She know her clock is ticking, man. James Willis says, "I'm surprised at how good Jordan Bone is." Dude, I'm not surprised, but yeah, he's a scorer and he can play mate. And I was looking at some more highlights and stuff. I actually like that Utah guy. I think he's really nice, actually. He looks much better than I thought. Yeah, Jordan Bone's the real deal, man.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I got a question for JMO and Nomis. First for JMO, then we'll run to Nomis. Why did you start YouTube Lions and Detroit Sports Talk? When did you start it? And how did it evolve?
Why did I start? Because fans was talking shit. I mean, just say it just like that, bro. These New York Giants fans was talking. I mean, they were talking. And I remember I was following like the season before. I was following King and Man Beast and Mundo and Dante, and I used to be on the channel, always commenting and talking to them. And these New York Giants fans, they just kept talking. They was talking to me. They was talking to King and them. They was talking to everybody. I'm like, bro, shut up, bro. Like, we about to whoop y'all. Y'all got so lucky last year that we was injured and Slay wasn't playing and Zach Zenner fumbled. Y'all got so lucky. I was like, so my first video I ever dropped was literally telling New York Giants fans the upcoming Sunday we was about to beat the crap out of them, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And
I
from
remember
there,
that man, 'cause I was watching those live casts as well. I remember that specifically, man, watching King and watching Man Beast, and they just kept talking, man. They just kept going on.
yeah, and I
then
remember I joined some of their lives or whatever. But when I did my first, so that's when King and Man Beast and Mondo Raymore, that's when they came out in support after I did my first video. Told me to keep doing it. And I just been dropping videos and growing ever since.
What about you?
But it's all started because some moronic Giants fans wanted to talk greasy. Talk greasy. We smacked y'all on Monday Night Football. Like we always do, matter of fact.
Mm-hmm. Jamal Agnew. Return that for a touchdown.
James Willis said the summer team is balling. Pistons don't need a superstar. No, we need a superstar. But I do like our young team, though. It's just like, will they get on the court? Like, is Utah going to make the roster? Will you play Jordan Bone? Will you play Svi Mikhaila? Because Svi, I mean, bro, Svi is the GOAT. I'm telling you, Svi right now looking like the poor man version of Luka. And all I know is he look nice.
Okay. Answered Mike's question from earlier. Like, really, how I started making videos was like around middle of about the middle of 2017. But what kind of made me want to really even start doing it was like the year before, was due to the fact of the matter, like I was just going through a draft, sugar heist. Like I just wanted to know more about our picks, so I ended up typing in a review of the Lions 2016 draft, and then I seen King and his video. His was like the first one that popped up, and I started following him and Hitman and Man Beast and LB, all those guys for a while. Then I got in connection with Dante. He was the first one like I officially talked to like on phone. And before you know it, I started making videos like in the middle of 2017, and I was real camera shy, and I was like doing it in the dark. So like that was kind of the issue. But I was
just think, man, you went from being camera shy to being a YouTube celebrity picking up girls at a gas station, man.
Yeah, I'm on my way to the supermarket to get. Yeah, I'm working my way up. But yeah, man, it's just been an up and down roller coaster of emotional videos and me coming up with crazy ideas, and that's just kind of what kept me going.
Insanely Fresh has a good question. He says, "Can you guys predict the playoff teams this upcoming season for the NFC?" Who wants to take this one first, man? I'll go first if you don't mind. For the NFC North, you already know who I'm picking. I'm picking, obviously, the Detroit Lions. I think that we take the North for the first time in 20 years. It's going to be a great season. Everything's going to be awesome for us. We'll host a playoff game. For the NFC East, I think it's going to be very interesting. It could come down to the Cowboys and the Eagles. I think the Eagles potentially could have a good year. It all depends on Carson Wentz. If he could sustain being healthy through all the year. They don't have Nick Foles this time to back him up. But I'll give the edge to the Dallas Cowboys just because of injury factor. Plus, their running back is really good. They got a pretty good wide receiver as well. I think for the West, oh man, I think the Rams take it again. I think it'll actually be a lot of competition there when it comes to Seattle. And as well, I think the 49ers could surprise and win a couple more games than people give them credit for, but I still give the edge to the Los Angeles Rams. And man, it'll be interesting to see. And then in the South, I think New Orleans Saints definitely take it for sure. They definitely are going to go for a Super Bowl this year. They're putting all their eggs in one basket, and they have the ability to really probably make some noise this year. When it comes to the wild card spots, man, this could go either way. I think obviously Seattle again. I think they could probably pick up a wild card spot. They're always in competition year after year. They're always making strides somehow. Even if they're having a bad start of the year, they somehow put it in gear and take it. And potentially the last spot, I could see like the Chicago Bears or the Minnesota Vikings taking that final spot for a wild card and having a showdown for the Super Bowl. What do you think about that, Nomis? What do you think?
Yeah, of course, I'll put us on the list first, definitely. And then as far as like, if it is a wild card coming out the NFC North, I may go between the Vikes and the Bears. But as far as like the other teams, like in the NFC East, I'm actually go kick it with the Eagles first, and then maybe the Cowboys could be that next team. But then like to the West, I'm thinking Seattle is going to take that division. Due to the fact of the matter of, I think their defense is going to still be consistent, and due to the fact of the matter, I think they found some form of consistency last year with the O-line, so we'll see this year what happens with that and what they'll do at the running back. They can run the ball again this year. That could be curtains for the Rams, who may still be a wild card this year. Definitely, I'm gonna put them as a wild card, the Rams, so I'll put them there. NFC South. As far as divisional rights, I'm gonna shift over and say that this could be Atlanta this year because due to that, they still got a lot of good weapons there. I'm not sure how well their defense is gonna play, but if they can protect the quarterback and run the football again, they could be a very big challenge for the New Orleans Saints. Depending on how the Saints defense plays, it could come down between those two teams.
Well, I'm not going to say who I think is going to win every division per se, but first of all, the NFC North is only having one playoff team. So the Bears and the Vikings and the Packers are not getting a wild card. Let's get that out the way. NFC North is the most, and I love the division. The only thing I agree is we got like some of the best quarterbacks in the league, but NFC North is one of the most overrated divisions in football. I'm serious. Like, they say our division is so good and so tough. Really, it's not. It's a 2-team race every year. Let's be 100. And this year is no different. I definitely have the Lions winning the division and making the playoffs. Have the Cowboys making the playoffs. Even as much as I hate the Cowboys, and I do hate them a lot, they schedule, I mean, you might as well have them going up against some Pop Warner teams, how easy their schedule is. They play all the weak teams. Like, go look at the Cowboys schedule right now. They play a bunch of weak teams. They're going to win it. They might win 12 games. And and this, you know how much I hate them. I'm just being objective. Like, their schedule is so easy. I can't believe how easy it is. It's just privilege, I guess, being America's team. Mm-hmm. Also, so that's the Cowboys. I got the Lions. I have the Saints winning their division. I have I don't know who's gonna win in the West, but I have the Rams and the Seahawks making it, and then I got the Falcons getting the other wild card spot. So it's the Falcons and the Saints, the Rams, the Seahawks, the Lions, and the Cowboys. I will say this though: if the Cowboys, the Eagles, are the only other team that can slide in there, whether it's by beating the Cowboys or getting a wild card. I just think most of it is a no-brainer. Like the Saints, I know some people might think they're gonna take a step back. I don't know what. Look, man. I know Luke G says Drew Brees is declining. I'm like, I don't know what you see.
No.
Saints are gonna be great next year. Yep. I'm sorry.
They're gonna be real good next year. I think they're gonna be the team.
They might be the number one seed. They might be the number one seed. Like the Saints ain't going nowhere.
No.
And the Falcons are going to be way better next year. So
I do believe that. Yes, I do believe the Falcons could take that step. Their division is tough, man. That division.
Yeah, I mean, we not even talking about the Panthers. And one thing about the Panthers is they miss the playoffs every other year. So one year they'll make it, the next year they'll miss it. Well, they went 6-10 last year. This would be the year that they make the playoffs. So that. It's gonna be, you know, and looking at their team, the Panthers still have a good team now.
They're no Trump team.
They still have a good team, so it is what it is. And if I was to say anything, well, I'm standing by the 6 teams that I said: the Cowboys and Lions, Saints, the Falcons, Seahawks, and the Rams. But if anything, I could see the Seahawks winning the division because first of all, I feel like people need to get off the Rams, Jock. I tried to say that as PC as possible. Bruh, get off of the Rams. They were good for a couple years, but put some respect on Russell Wilson and Seattle name. That's all I'm saying.
Seattle's a good team, man. They're always good.
Yeah, so, and I think they could win that division. The Rams, I can feel like they win the division and the Rams don't make the playoffs because the Panthers do. Because the NFC South could have 3 playoff teams, honestly.
Yeah, so, that's probably the toughest division, man.
Yeah, they're the best division in football.
I mean, all those 3 teams there are juggernaut teams. Seattle is just up and down good. They, like you said, they could be the number 1 seed for sure. The Falcons, they have weapons. They got Julio Jones. They got Matt Ryan. They upgraded their defense. That offense has always been good. Then you got the Panthers, Cam Newton. I mean, they got a great running back. Their defense is always top notch. It's a scary division. I think they're probably the toughest division, period. I don't even want to say
insanely fresh says he says, man, J-Mo, man, try breaking down the rosters on each of the teams in our division, then you'll realize how good all 4 NFC North teams are. I'm gonna tell you this, and Philadelphia can tell you, roster don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing. Well, how good was the Vikings roster last year? Exactly. With the North, I'm telling you, tell me when. I'll wait. When has the North not been a 2-team race? It's always 2 teams. It's never 3. It dang sure ain't 4. They like to hype up the other 2 teams that are on the bottom. It is really always a 2-team race. From 2015, 2 teams was the Packers and Minnesota. We came on late, ended up 7-9. 2016, 2 teams, Packers and the Lions. Vikings was 8-8. Next year, the Lions and the Vikings. Packers, Aaron Rodgers was hurt. They was trash. Bears was trash. This past year, it really was just the Bears and everybody else fell off.
Yeah.
So it's always a 2-team race in the North. That's why I said it's really overrated. It's always a 2-team race. And I do think the Vikings will be better. The Packers aren't going to be good. And the Bears are the Bears. They have a great roster on paper, but you lost Big Fangio. I don't think they're going to be as good because Mitch Trubisky got to go play the Rams on the road. Mitch Trubisky got to go play the Saints in the Superdome. Yeah, okay.
I'm going to talk about this too because I made a video breaking down the advantages that the NFC North teams has when it comes to the offensive line and surrounding variables. When you look at the Chicago Bears, when I broke it down when it comes to pass rush, sacks, when it comes to defense, every variable that surrounded the Chicago Bears had nearly first in every category, yet their quarterback Mitchell Trubisky ranked 23rd in the NFL. They had every advantage. They were first in nearly every category when it comes to the offensive line. The defense was ranked 2nd in the NFL. They had the least amount of quarterback hurries and sacks, yet their quarterback was 23. Think about that, folks.
No,
that means he's not a good quarterback.
Because I feel like, and I've said this before, I feel like besides the Packers, because I'm going to put a little respect on their name, usually NFC North, it seems like we having this every team is getting a Cinderella year. Packers got it when they made it the NFC Championship game. With I'm gonna be 100. As much as I hate them, that roster wasn't really that good. I'm gonna give Aaron Rodgers a little bit of credit, and he got smacked in the playoff game. But it's cool. He gets a pass for that. But after that, then the Vikings get their super team. And they actually did go to the NFC Championship. The Bears get their super team. You know, now it's our turn. Difference between all those three teams is Stafford and Rodgers is better than Keenum and Mitch Trubisky. You give Stafford or Rodgers, the Bears or the Vikings roster the last 2 years. Come on, what are we talking about? For real. And you know, I'm gonna put that question over to you. I just feel like the Bears are a 1 year wonder, and they'll be good next year on defense. That's not gonna win you all them games with the toughest schedule in the NFC North.
No, 100%.
Thing I wanted to add though about it is because we had two of the best quarterbacks, but also why the Lions may have the best chance over all the other three teams is we had the most schematic team out of the three. Like what I mean by that, we had the best. I think we're gonna have the best unique style and coach team because of what the scheme on the defense and the system that we're playing here on the offensive side of the ball, which these organizations are technically kind of familiar with, but because of the talent, you look at the tight ends, you know what I'm saying, along with that, we're going to be such a matchup problem. And I think because of those factors, you know, we could actually really be the most interesting team to have their Cinderella year, if you want to say that.
No, I already know, man. When we have our Cinderella year, we at least going to the NFC Championship. Trust me. We're not flaming out like the Bears. And, you know, that's what I'm just saying, the NFC North. Let's just be honest. We might be a little bit biased towards the Lions, but we looking at the facts.
Yep.
Can you really say confidently the Bears or the Vikings will be better than the Falcons or the Panthers? No. You might think the Bears, but I just don't think those two teams are going to be better than the Panthers or the Bears. I mean, or the Falcons.
What happens to the Packers if Aaron Rodgers goes down?
Same thing that's been happening.
Done. They're done.
I'm not confident he's going, even if he is there this year.
The dude is 37 years old. He's been injured the last couple of seasons.
I mean, he's 35. He ain't 37.
Oh, I thought he's turning 30.
No, he's not 37.
Okay. Well, he's not 37, but he's going to break down just like his body because he can't. He's been injured these last years. He's getting older. It's just, I feel he's not going to last no 16 games.
Yeah, I just feel like the North's been hyped up because we so good on paper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Besides the South, the North probably has the best two quarterbacks. You might, right. I mean, you got the quarterback with Luck and Deshaun Watson, but that's, and then you got Mahomes, but Mahomes just got here and Phillip Rivers maybe. But like, when we talking about quarterbacks, besides the South, we have the quarterback, so that's why they be, you know, trying to be like, yeah, the North this, the North that. I'm like, bro, no. Yeah. Like mid-season will be very competitive, and then the last 8 games, 2 teams will fall off. Just praying we ain't one of those teams.
Right. And the thing is about the Bears, people don't understand. Yeah, they'll J-Mo just said, they'll still have a good defense, but now they're going to be extra heavily dependent on Trubisky, and hopefully the run game can show up, but definitely on Trubisky, because now you have to do your part in compensating for wherever the weaknesses the defense and the rest of the team may have. They're going to be expecting you to now take control of more leadership, and if he's still not ready, that's going to put more stress on the defense, which could still lead to them having more of an 8-game season.
And they ain't surprised at no team this year.
Like, who are the receivers?
I mean, yeah.
Like, I just feel like even though it happened, they caught a lot of teams off guard with that Khalil Mack stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, now they gonna be on guard.
Yeah. It made they also
like I said, their defense is still gonna be top 10. Like, the defense will carry them that season, but the main reason I don't believe in the Bears is they have the toughest schedule, maybe in the NFC. You really telling me Mr. Trubisky is about to go and win these games where it don't matter how good the defense is, you need a quarterback to start balling. He not winning these games. Trust me.
What up,
Like
Joe
if he
Broken Lion?
go in the New Orleans and beat them, and it's not because like his defense shuts down the team, then we can talk. But he's not gonna win these games against these top teams
What up, dude?
outside
Andrew
the
Isham?
division.
Yeah, man. And you got to think of the Chicago Bears as they had a new coaching staff last year, and they kind of shocked the NFL with new scheme. Sometimes you have to take a while to adjust to what a team's doing. If you notice, by the end of the year last season with the Chicago Bears, it was starting to not be a surprise to teams. They were starting to do worse, and they lost instantly in the first playoff game. That's what happens. It reminds me again of 2011 for the Lions, man. We went in there and we shocked a lot of people. They didn't know our scheme.
Insanely Fresh says I'm tripping. I don't know what he said I'm tripping about. But.
Hey, man, you must have.
Y'all believe way too much in the Bears, and this junk is laughable to me. We just watched the Vikings 3 separate years had 3 great teams and end up with nothing.
Yeah.
Insanely Fresh says Trubisky is trash, but they still won last season. That's why they are so good. I think he's
but they scheduled. They also had the worst schedule. Weren't they like 5-11? They also had an easy schedule.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta remember, like you gotta look deeper, man. That schedule stuff is real. Like now he going up against Mahomes and Phillip Rivers. Let's see how you do. You know what I'm saying? Like they had the easiest schedule. That's why I think the Lions have a big advantage because we got the easiest schedule. Then you get Trey Flowers and Hawkinson and Coleman. Like that's why we're gonna be much better because like on top of our team improving, our schedule is easy.
And we play in Green Bay when it's not cold out, when it's not the frozen tundra. Same with Chicago. We're not playing at the end of the season. We're playing them when it's in October time. So it's not going to be freezing. The big advantage they used to have is the frozen tundra. So that advantage is gone. And we're playing like Kansas City Chiefs. They're not going to have their main weapon when we play them.
You lost Vic Fangio, the guy who schemed against Stafford for years and confused Stafford and made him throw picks, even though Stafford still has a winning record versus the Bears. But like Vic Fangio used to scheme up that stuff for Stafford. We know he did. He used to be in the kitchen cooking. He ain't there no more. And telling me Chuck Pagano, hey, ask the Colts what Stafford did to the Chuck Pagano last defense. 39. So I ain't worried about no Chuck Pagano, bro. But I want to compare the Bears to another team that's just like them. And why I think they're a little bit different is that's the Baltimore Ravens. Last year, once they had Lamar, they had that very unique system. And then they had a top 4 defense. Like they were really, really good on defense as always. But the reason why I think they'll get better and the Bears get worse is because they got something to build on. You got first of all, you have Lamar. He's gonna get better. And then you got weapons around him, and then they got a special system. When it comes to the Bears, you lost stuff that was very significant, like your coordinator. You can lose a player, like you can lose CJ Mosley, you can lose Bryce Callahan, but people don't realize these coordinators, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like they gonna need that. I know that Broken Lion. They did have a top 10 defense without Khalil Mack. That's why I knew once they got him, they was about to be terrifying.
They're sick, man. They had number 2 defense. Boo says, how do we got an easy schedule? Did they release a new one?
What, for the Lions?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Yeah, they released the schedule.
No, he's saying that it's a tough schedule. Did they release a new one? Because
I think our schedule. I don't know. I don't think our schedule is tough. It's tough at the beginning.
Yeah,
but I think we can get through that. Afterwards, it gets real easy because we play Green Bay off of a bye week. Like you really gonna get? I mean, we've been whooping, but
week 1,
you really gonna give Matt Patricia an extra week to scheme against Green Bay? Yeah, good luck with that. And then we play the Giants and the Vikings is going to be a tough game, but we play the Giants and the Oakland.
Mm-hmm. We played the Arizona week 1. I say we win that game. Let's go through the schedule quick. Week 1 at Arizona, They have a rookie quarterback. We win that game.
Okay.
Chargers come to our house next week.
Yeah,
That's going to be
Sandy
a tough
Fresh is
one.
gassing up the Bears defense. I'm gonna just say this to you. They look good on paper, man, but the Bills had the number 2 defense last year. How many games did they win? And they were really good on defense. Having a good defense is not going to translate to winning games against top quarterbacks. You have to be, your quarterback has to be able to do something. Last year, Mitch had, Jordan Howard and Tariq Cohen. Like I said, when you're unknown, it's different. Now we know you. Now we can scheme against you. A lot of people are going to make Mitch throw the ball. They're going to just load the box and be like, all right, carve us up, please. And he's not going to be able to do it. That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Kyle Fuller is not dominant. Kyle Fuller had one good year, bro. Tell Golden Tate his ankle's still on that turf that I was just on in my new video. Like, Kyle Fuller's so overrated. He's never been a good corner until last year. That was because of Khalil Mack.
That front seven, man. People got
the only game I know they would lose is the Broncos game. Yeah, I agree with you there, bro.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. That's going to be a tough game, man.
Yeah, we ain't going to beat the Broncos. I think the Broncos are actually going to be really good next year, too. So
do I.
Yeah.
Very underrated defense. They have a decent offense. Their quarterback play last year was just freaking the worst. They didn't get a huge upgrade, but it's a lot better than what they had. It was trash.
Yeah, I mean, they still got quarterback problems, but
they
still got Royce Freeman and Phillip Lindsay. So, they added some weapons, and now Vic Fangio is over there with Bryce Callahan and Von Miller and them boys. So, yeah, Broncos going to be a problem next year.
Yeah.
And we play them week 16 at Denver. It's going to be cold. It's a mile high.
Like, yeah, I'm just chalking that up L. Like, we ain't winning that.
Our best bet, if it was possible to win that game, our best bet would be because Stafford knows the defense.
Yeah, but the only way we win that game is if it's like a game that we have to win to make the playoff picture. And then I can see us winning that game. Like, we don't win this game, we lose the division. Something on the line. But I'm not saying it won't be nothing on the line when we play them, but it's levels to what's on the line depending on how the season is going with these other teams.
Right.
But if it's not like something huge, serious on the line, I'm sorry. It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, they do got Bradley Chubb, too.
Yeah, you don't want to sleep on him. Hell no.
Insanely Fresh says, I think we will beat the Chiefs. Chiefs are really overrated. I don't think they overrated, but I do think we'll beat them.
Yeah, it's at our house. Their main weapon, their wide receiver, is not going to be playing probably. Good chance he's going to be suspended.
Yeah, we gonna have to play some real good defense, bro. Cause, like, bro, I don't know, man. Like, we gonna have to be real good on defense because we seen what Aaron Rodgers has done to us. Mahomes can scramble and do the same thing, bro. So we gonna have to make sure that we play great defense in that game.
A lot of trick plays need to be happening on that one.
Like, I need y'all our defense gonna have to carry us that game if we want to win.
Definitely.
Yeah, the Chiefs.
Yeah, they had the 32 ranked defense, so I expect them to be better than the Chiefs. I just think we're gonna win because Matt Patricia and Bill Belichick use the same defense, and I'm sure he's been calling up Bill Belichick to get the word on the Chiefs. And I feel like he's just gonna scheme up a defense that's gonna help us beat the Chiefs. I feel like we're gonna be able to run the ball on the Chiefs, and then we gonna I think that's one of them random games that'll be a 17, 14 game, a 21, 20 game, like a close game that's low scoring, even though our offenses will be high power. I just think that's going to be a game we're going to have to grind down and win that game. Now, if it's a shootout, then, hey, light the fireworks.
Yeah, let the games begin. Yeah, man, that'll be a fun game to watch, too, for sure, man. I could see it being a big-time shootout. I'm not going to lie. I think it really could be. I could see it being like a 45-42 type game. Matthew Stafford throws freaking 450 yards.
Against the Chiefs?
Yeah. Their defense was really bad last year. I think, obviously, they got a little bit better Didn't they trade D Ford as well? So
yeah, they got Frank Clark and Tyrann Matthew though.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, they picked up a couple big free agents, and I just think it definitely could be a 45-42 type game. Stafford
It could, bro. Like I said, Mahomes. Like the two reasons I don't think the Chiefs are like overrated. One, Mahomes. Two, Andy Reid. It's a scheme thing. They don't. We've seen the Chiefs with Alex Smith without Tyreek Hill and Kareem Hunt win 11 games. Mm-hmm. Just because of the scheme. Like he has a great offensive scheme. He knows how to manufacture points. Travis Kelce didn't go die. Let's not forget that. No. He's still there. So
yeah, I'm with you, Boo. I don't want shootouts either, man.
I just think we're gonna catch them at the right time. And Ford Field ain't an easy place to play. What you say?
I'm with Boo, man. I said I don't want shootouts either. I want fist fights. That's what the kind of games I want.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to shoot out against Kansas City or like nah.
I was gonna say if their defense doesn't show up though, and we can run the ball, that's a different game.
Yeah, I'm depending on carry-on or messing them up. Like that's what I said. To me, it's on our defense to stop Mahomes from doing what he want to do.
Yeah,
because like he started hitting us with no look passes and left arm passes and scrambling like Aaron Rodgers do and throwing deep bombs. It's gonna be a long night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, and sustained long drives on our offense, man. Do nice 12, 7-minute drives. Keep Mahomes on the sideline. That would be something I want, man, right there.
Hey, one Pride 40. Shout out to you, man. He says hot gonna make these teams go back to bigger linebackers. You dang right, bro. he gonna be putting people on their back, bro. I'm telling you. One thing about TJ that I mean, he could never end up being a receiver for all we know, but I'm telling you one thing he gonna be good at: blocking. You can book that. Take it to the bank and cash it. I'll pay you.
He literally is going to plow people down. He's so strong and his hand placement is so efficient. He just mauls you. He mauls you. If you guys have not seen highlights of him mauling people, go on YouTube and look it up, man. He is the real deal when it comes to just bullying people.
And Stanley Fresh says, I really think people figured out Mahomes much more this season. Not to say he won't be good, but just not as good. I don't know what they figured out. Well, he's not going to be as good as last year because he had 50 touchdowns and 5,000 yards. That's kind of hard to live up to. And he's not going to have all the weapons. So they still going to be a good team, though. They're going to win the division. There's never been a better tight end project than TJ Hockenson. All he got to do is pan out. Hey, hashtag facts. Yeah, man, dude is the real deal, bro. Like, I remember when I was ranting, like, I don't want no tight end. That's how I met Luke G. And I'm ranting. And, you know, the one thing I did say in the video while I'm ranting about how much I don't want to draft the tight end, I was like, yeah, he did look good blocking. I seen the film. It was looking good. It's like I couldn't deny his talent, but I didn't want him.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I put my whole reputation on the line for TJ Hockenson because I've been talking about this guy for the whole time. So when we drafted him, man, I'm telling you, a lot of stress left my shoulders. I was like, dude, we got to get this guy, man.
Lap. Huh?
I said, you know, Luke G did a victory lap.
Oh, man. Oh, for sure, man.
Oh, wow.
The conspiracy cat, you know, I'm gonna just leave that alone. You know, this isn't a science channel, but thank you for that.
What did he say?
And just ignore it, man.
I'm sorry, I gotta read this, man. The conspiracy cat. Where'd you come from? I gotta know this, man. Where'd you come from, my man? Hi, are the tides caused by the rise and fall of the earth? No, the tides are caused due to Matt Patricia hitting defenses so hard that it caused the whole earth to move. The tides literally go up 5 feet more. It's not the moon. It's none of that. It's
yeah, Matt Patricia out here controlling the tectonic plates, you know, causing earthquakes and tidal waves. Make sure you guys like the video.
Risky football talk in the building. What's good, Risky? What's good with you?
Holy hell, what's going on, Risky? I haven't heard from you in forever, man.
Boo says, I'm gonna just start calling you B because that's just a weird name to be saying for another grown man. But he says happier with Josh Allen or TJ. Hey, I'm gonna be real with you. We got Josh Allen, bro.
I wanted Josh Allen too.
I wanted Josh Allen over TJ. Let's be 100. TJ will help us for years to come. He's gonna be a Pro Bowler. Yeah. We had Josh Allen, bro. It's over. Like Josh Allen was the only player I wanted to trade up to get.
Yep.
Like I wanted to trade up to like 4 and get him. So yeah, Josh Allen. But hey, we got TJ. So
when I seen Josh Allen was still on the board, and we had Josh Allen and TJ Hawkinson and. What team was it? The Giants picked the quarterback, and I said, "Oh my God, we're probably going to get one of these players. We're going to get one of these players, but we could get Josh Allen. Holy hell, this is going to be the greatest draft of all time because I didn't think you'd make it past the 3rd pick. How is Josh Allen one of the best defensive end in all of? Yeah, I know. And they picked or what was it? The Bills that got Josh Allen? Or no.
Jacksonville.
Oh yeah,
what's
they
good,
got him.
Pride
And
Time
then,
B, man. Hey, Pride, we gotta be able to catch you so we can get you on here. What's up, Pride Time B?
Pride B, what's going on?
Yeah, we definitely gotta get Pride Time over here, man.
Oh, one Pride 40 said, can any linebacker cover TJ? Yeah, it's a few. You know, like the guys. I feel like Bobby Wagner could cover him. It's a few guys, but we don't even play Bobby Wagner. So we looking at the guys on our schedule. The guys in Denver probably can cover them.
Yeah, they can do a little everything.
Yeah, maybe the Bears, just because they the Bears, they can cover them by committee. Vikings, they are very iffy covering tight ends. What's other great defenses we play? Redskins, I think they will have a good defense, but he's still a rookie, so we got to see. But and insanely fresh. Yeah, I think the Chiefs are better than the Chargers. I know Mike loves the Chargers, but they choke every year. And Melvin Gordon is currently holding out for a contract, so he don't come back. They definitely not going to do that.
I just think they're going to put it all on the line due to their.
He said they have Austin Eckler. Okay,
for sure. Here's a good question: would you prefer Quinnen Williams or Josh Allen?
Quinn Williams. Yeah, Quinn Williams fell to us. I might have had a heart attack. Y'all wouldn't be talking to me today. Y'all would have been like, yeah, man, and shout out to my boy J-Mo. He always held it down.
Dude, you'd have such a bad heart attack, your blood would bleed.
Bro, we got Quentin. You thought I was excited about getting Josh. We got Quentin Williams? Bro, like, book it. Bro, I would be talking. You know how much crap I'll be talking, bro? I'll be like, bro, we about to win everything. Super Bowl. What y'all talking about? Who gonna stop us? Like, Quentin Williams and Trey Flowers.
Who are y'all most excited about seeing this year? Rookies only. Ooh, that's well, obviously.
I mean, Pride Time, did you watch my video and then ask the same question in my video?
Pride time.
I did that question on my video. That's TJ Hawkinson and my boy Lonnie. My boy Jelani Tavai.
Yeah, that's kind of where
my boy JT Lonnie.
TJ Hawkinson, man, all the way.
Yeah, I'm with Hawkinson and Jelani, definitely. If I had to pick a third player, it'd be Fulham.
Oh yeah, Fulgham.
Ooh, that
third player, I would pick a Warrior, but Fulgham is a good choice.
Man, my pick would be Bo Benshaw. That means that Wiggins ain't playing.
You love Bo. You better hope he make the team.
Hey, because I hate Wiggins. I don't want to keep Wiggins on this team, man.
I mean, that's what we got. Joe Dahl.
Hey, that's fine with me too, as long as it ain't no Chief Wiggins.
Oh my goodness! I swear, if he stays here, I'll go. My head's going through the wall. For real.
Yeah, I think a Warrior, him and Will Harrison tease Tabor. I think they all making the team. Maybe Tease don't make it, but I don't know. I think he's going to continue to prove himself. But they all going to be fighting for that nickel cornerback spot type time. I know Justin Coleman is our nickel guy, but it was something crazy. Like we had the most. It
feel like 80% of the snaps we used like 5 defensive back. It was something crazy like that. We were using the most defensive backs, so I do see Warrior and Will Harris coming in certain spots with Tabor. And Slay, he should be at training camp, so he'll be the starting corner, and then we'll have Melvin and
Yeah, he
He
better
could be
be
a
there
sneaky
again. Just like I
player.
said before, man, we don't need no 50 Shades of Slay.
I'm cold.
What the hell was that?
yeah, I'm excited to see. Now, I mean, look, Pride, I'm definitely excited to see TJ in the red zone, but not just TJ, Jesse James, Nuwata, Marvin Jones, and Kenny Gallup. I'm excited to see everybody in the red zone, especially the tight ends, him and Jesse Jenkins. Hey, I know we gassing up TJ because he's the real deal. He's a real deal. We know how special he is, but Jesse James still here. That's why I'm so excited, bro. Like, how many weapons do we need?
I know.
Jesse James ain't going nowhere, bro. He the veteran. He gonna be doing the thing, bro.
The amount of weapons that we have, it's sick. It shouldn't be allowed. Like this offense can really take that next step. Like that's why I don't get how the mainstream media, the legacy media, thinks that we don't have weapons. We're the 18. What the hell are they seeing that we're not? Did they pay attention?
We established this before. They don't know anything. They just know.
Say it again, for the people in the back.
My mind.
Say it again, for the people in the back.
Yes, dude. We established this. They don't know anything. If it doesn't have a name to it, they don't look at it. That's why they look to PFF all day, because they don't look deeper into things. They don't look at the production of the player. They look at the namesake. That's why they hate no Jelani Tavai, because they don't know him. And it's
they ain't saying much though.
Yeah, they ain't saying
they
much.
Quiet, Jelani. My boy Lonnie got too quiet out there, boy. And if you don't know, I'm gonna say it on here. Jelani Tavai listed his like 5 nicknames. One of them is Lonnie, and I was talking to a Hawaiian, and he was like, I would never call him that because in Hawaii, Lonnie means a female name or something like that. I didn't know all of that from Detroit, not Hawaii, and he said that was one of his nicknames. We're gonna leave it like that. But call my boy JT. We literally had the weakest tight end core. Now we may be the top.
Yeah. Like our tight end core was so weak last year. There were probably number 2 tight ends on teams that had more yardage and production than our entire core. That's how trash they were.
Yeah, they're definitely a.
Yeah, I could call him Bones too. Boo said Slay might be the new Tate. Hey man, like I said, Warrior his replacement, dog. You gotta pack his bag.
Man, these analysts and media guys, they don't know talent so bad. Like, they wouldn't know it if God himself told them that they were talented and told them, look in the mirror, they still wouldn't know it. Like, that's how terrible they are at judging talent.
He said, who's the best personality, most charismatic between Slay and Carry On, bro. Carry On is legendary, bro. Carry On, bro.
Emperor status.
Like, whenever he lead a team, I'm really gonna be hurt. Like, I love Carry On as a person, as a player, everything. On Twitter, everything. He the GOAT. He getting close, bro. I told you, one Super Bowl season, he the GOAT.
Honorable mention would be Han. I really like to do
Han's got some personality too.
I swear to God. He might be low key the most comedic one of the 3. Let's see who we got in here in the chat.
Is there any linebacker in the North that can cover Hawkins? Oh, I want to be biased and say no, but let's see him on the field. I'm gonna just take that route, but I don't think so. But I'm just saying they're not gonna have line. Look, I'm telling you, first 4 weeks, we got a murder. We got the Chargers and the Eagles and the Chiefs. Like, at worst, we coming out 2-2. We're not gonna be 1-3, 0-4, none of that. After all of that, after TJ started frying people, they're gonna start doing what they do to the elite tight ends, putting safeties on them and corners on them. But like, you're not gonna have no linebacker covering TJ Hawkinson.
Nope.
You're gonna be frying you. They're gonna start putting defensive backs on them.
Yep.
So we got to see how he adjusts to that, and hopefully that allows Jesse James to get more free.
Yep. can't cover everybody. That's what's so
Yeah, 'cause-
great and glorious about this offense. There's so much weapons, you just can't cover everybody. Who are you going to cover? Every single player. Galladay, Marvin Jones, TJ
Yeah.
Hawkinson, Jesse James, Kerryon Johnson, CJ Anderson, Danny Amendola. They're all going to be at the field at one time.
And then you're gonna have
nowadays,
Agnew and Ty Johnson sliding in
Yep.
there.
and they know
Nuada's
Galladay
still there.
killer on routes. He would destroy
Yeah,
you.
bruh. Like that's the main thing that has me excited is Carryon's production along with the tight ends. Like Galladay gonna be going 1-on-1. Marvin Jones gonna be going 1-on-1. You remember after we lost Marvin Jones, they was just like, oh, well, we just gotta take Galladay. Y'all can't do that. And Galladay still gave the Bears 100 yards. Y'all suck, but it's cool. Yeah, they started double teaming your safety over the top for Galladay. You ain't gonna be able to do that no more. You're gonna have to put your best guy on Galladay and Marvin Jones
But,
and
technically,
somebody else.
but technically, he was still killing them.
No, I mean the dude is a beast.
The dude is a basketball player when it comes to running routes. Like, he would dribble your butt off. Your knees would
Risky
go.
says there are 11 players on both sides of the ball.
And he said we are invincible. Was the Patriots invincible last year? How trash did they look throughout the season? That's all I'm saying. You don't got to be invincible. You just got to win when it matters.
You got to beat your matchup. You got to win when it
Preseason
matters.
started what, August 8th? No.
Yeah, something like that. Yep.
Yeah, August 8th.
Yep.
Yeah. B. I've been gassing up Travis Fulgham, man. So one thing I hold my hat on forever. Two things that I know about sports is receivers and point guards. Never wrong. So Fulgham gonna be a beast. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's your boy. You've been saying it from the beginning. That's your boy.
Don't put him
Just like
up
I
the
told
middle.
people Carson
Oh.
Edwards was gonna be a beast. Now he lighting up everybody. I know point guards and wide receiver. Fulgham gonna be nice. Like especially you have him with Stafford. Oh, he gonna be real nice.
Especially if he playing in the slot. Oh, my God.
For real.
Sure.
Oh, my
good.
goodness.
Because before we got Kenny Galladay, I went and did my research, came back to the Lions fans on my channel and was like, yo, this Kenny Galladay kid was making some crazy catches. He might be a beast. What happened? Because in college, Galladay was making some catches that was just unfair.
Mm-hmm.
Sick catches.
Hey, Andrew,
Andrew,
let's keep it positive, man.
Yeah. Let's knock on some wood, man. We don't want to
I got some more right here. I just knocked on it.
Yeah. We do not want that to happen because no, I don't even want to talk about it. That puts nightmares in my life.
I think my
Expectations for Austin Bryant, I don't have any. Just fit into the system and produce where you can. My expectations are really low for him.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
not in the
I think he's
negative.
gonna play well, but like I'm not.
Yeah.
You gotta do this and you gotta not.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. They're going to slowly implement him and the correct way of doing it, not, okay, you're automatically starter, you got to do all this stuff. They'll put him in positions to succeed and he'll do well and he'll slowly get implemented into the defense. And that's exactly what they've been doing with all the other rookies throughout the last couple of years, like they did with Walker the last year. They slowly put him in positions to win and he did. And now he's going to take that next step.
Like, I could see him coming down later in the year and actually making plays against like the run, and maybe if he's lucky he'll get a sack. But just like by year 2 though, I think that'd be another story. He'll probably be ready to explode then.
Yep. I concur 100%. Isham says, I'm just saying with them moving around, it is really hard to say they can protect him. Man, we just don't want Stafford to get injured, man. That's our biggest thing is we don't want the man to go down because if he goes down, it's going to be a long, brutal year.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say, the way that you protect your quarterback is simple. Block for him and run the ball.
Yep.
With the emergence of Kerryon and CJ, like you got to remember, a lot of these times the the defensive line and the front seven, they're loading up. They're like, we know you're gonna pass. It's first down. We know you're gonna pass anyway. It's second down. We know you're gonna pass every down. And they're loading up and sending pressure. Well, when you got Kerryon and CJ, running through them, they like, oh my gosh, Kerryon's not on the field. Thank you. Like, that's how they're gonna be. And we added the blocking tight ends, TJ and Jesse James. Best two blocking tight ends we've had as a tandem in a long time. So I just think with Kerryon and the tight ends, even if we have a Kenny Wiggins, hopefully not, we ain't gonna have a Kenny Wiggins, but even if we have a Joe Dahl or something, we'll be able to at least be middle of the road offensive line. Like I would rather be elite, but I could see us being 14th.
That's fine.
And just being good enough to survive out there. Because we've been much less than good enough to survive.
I mean, that goes back to my video I made recently. I said, trying to face the fear that at the end of the day, the Bears offensive line still gave up 25 sacks. So, I mean, at some point, I think we just got to realize sacks are going to happen. I just think at the end of the day, what's most important is that when it matters the most, he can have his time to not only just throw the ball, but to see what play he's going to run or what they're going to do when the ball is snapped. And, of course, run the ball. And if on Stafford's end, not to say he don't, but try to focus on following some of your blockers when you have to. Don't try to force it too keen on one. You know how he can do sometimes. He'll try to go too much on one target because he really wants that play. But, sometimes follow your blockers and keep yourself audible. That makes it harder for the defense also to track you. Your blockers, you'll still be in good pocket presence, but, just keep his flow. I think you just have to relax and just wait and see till preseason what happens with the offensive line. Simply.
Yeah, man, it's definitely a wait and see. It's a project. Insanely Fresh says the franchise guy gave us a 19th power ranking going into next season. I think talking about the offensive line, I think right now, honestly, man, I think we're in the 20s just as of right now because we don't really know.
He said power ranking, so I think he's talking about
Oh, power about us is no, that would be ridiculous.
What you mean? The offensive line was just ridiculous. And we're the Lions, guys, so of course we're gonna be ranked 19th. But no, I don't think we're the 19th best team in the NFL simply because I don't care how bad the team is. I'm gonna say it one more time. I don't care how bad the team is. As long as we got Stafford, we will never be the 19th best team in the NFL. At worst, we would be middle of the pack, 15, 14. But as long as he's healthy, we not 19. Regardless of what's on the roster, and our roster is pretty good.
What overall do you give the Lions roster? This Lions roster from 1 Pride 40. Whew. I'll just kind of go down with positions here because I can't just do overall. When I think of the offense, everything besides the offensive line, I'm going to give an A. I'm happy with the quarterback. I'm happy with the wide receivers. Happy with the tight ends, with the running backs. The offensive line's the question mark. We don't know. It's a question mark because we don't even know who's going to be starting for us. It all depends on what happens there.
Bro, low key, Mike. Sorry to interrupt you, but I'm terrified. You don't want the O-line to be the question mark on the offense.
I know.
Low key, that's you'd rather it be the quarterback and the running backs and the receiver, but you don't want it to be the O-line, bro.
Hell no, man. Again, we don't even know who's going to be the guard. Is it going to be, Joe Dahl? Does he step up, and which would be great? Is it going to be Wiggins? It would be very not great. It would be horrible. It would be a travesty.
I'm not trying to make easy light out of this, but do you think that's low key what Matt Patricia right now wants? Everybody not exactly knowing who's going to be their starting line, especially their opponents in the division. They don't want you to know.
Of course, he wants all that, but all I'm saying, if you have Kenny Wiggins there, and then and then he gonna bring up Nomas Johnson, starting left guard. And we're gonna be like, fam, who is this guy? And then Noam gonna be all blocking for Stafford, yeah, I'm holding it down.
Better than Thomas.
Boy. He yeah, I'm making a Pro Bowl. We gonna be like, we didn't even know who you was. And Matt Patricia gonna be like, oh yeah, that was the guy we found a diamond in the rough.
And J-Mo gonna be the fullback.
Still in position. Give you that political answer. So for all we know, the starter is not even playing right now.
Just throw me on the team, and with Zach Zenner and Stafford, it could definitely.
He wanted you to
broke
rate it from
mountain.
a 0 to 100 Madden grade for the off season or the team, Mike, or the roster.
For Madden. I don't know, man. I don't play Madden.
Yeah, I don't play
that much.
Madden either. So, but if a Madden grade, I know how Madden grades work. I would give us like an 87.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be good.
Yeah,
That's a
I'll
B
go about
plus.
Right there.
Andrew Isham says my main thing is like what my main thing is like what they have done in the offseason. I just have that gut feeling something bad is gonna he didn't even say happen. Just my opinion. LOL. I want them to win the division because it's time to go for it all. I want to refer you to Gnome's fear video and to all of the work of 313 J-Mo. I'm not just gonna have a random feeling we just gonna be bad. I'm just looking at the team. It's just hard for me to believe that. I have to see us be bad, for me to believe that. But if I'm just going in, based off what we had, Matt Patricia year 2, defense year 2, full year of Snacks Harrison. We still gonna have Slay, Deshaun Hand, Trey Flowers, Tavad, Jarrett Davis, Devon Kennard, 2 great tight ends, Justin Coleman, Danny Amendola. Glover Quinn is gone. We got Quandre Diggs and Tracy Walker, Kerryon Johnson, C.J. Anderson, Jamal Agnew healthy, Ty Johnson or Brandon Powell, regardless of whoever makes the team. Like when I'm looking at stuff like this, I'm like, how can I be pessimistic?
And prior time BS, he said, "What was our favorite game from last year?" J-Mo, what was yours?
What was my favorite game last season? You already know, dude. I don't care. You entitled to say your own opinion. You're a grown man. You got your own opinion. But if your favorite game is not the last game of the season, I don't think I should talk to any of y'all anymore. Unless it's the Patriots game. That's the only game that I would let that go. But if it's not the Patriots game or the 31-0 Green Bay, we don't need to be talking. But like, no, regardless, what's your favorite game, man?
Packers game, man. We shut them out. That was great. When we hit Aaron Rodgers and his helmet came flying off, that was a great moment.
What, was that Deshaun Hand who put him out the game?
I think so.
No, I thought he was hurt for the rest of the year.
No, not Deshaun Hand. No.
He did play only 11 games last year.
What up, though, Dr. Dirks? What up, though? Can anyone listen?
Wait, did he only start in 11 games, or you say he only played 11 games?
I thought he was missing the rest of the season.
I don't know. I thought that definitely was him that sat Aaron Rodgers.
Now, if that's true,
it was Jared Davis.
I'll get my answer. If that's true, that means Deshaun Hand's an Aaron Rodgers killer right now.
Good. So what was your favorite game last season?
It'd be between the Green Bay and Patriots, but if I had to add one more on there, even though I don't want to add it because Kerryon got hurt, that Panthers game was like the most thrilling one because it came down to like the wire.
That was a game. But, I mean, we shut out the Packers 31-0, dog. Like, fam, I'm going to be holding that over their fan base for as long as I possibly can. Packers fans talking to me in the comments, I'm like, bruh, man, they was talking to me on Twitter, you guys, and they like, yeah, man, y'all suck. I'm like, just a classic Packer. I'm like, bro, can you find me some brooms, please? I've been searching for some brooms. I'm trying to find a better one, but, I've been using these brooms for the last 2 years, and I just need a bigger broom because we about to get that third sweep going, 31-0. Like, they have never been embarrassed like that ever. 31-0 in Lambeau
and y'all
Field,
let a kicker throw a touchdown on y'all.
For real, you got Matt Prater looking like Peyton Manning off the back foot. Shout out Pat McAfee, boy.
Right.
What you talking about, bro? Destroyed y'all life.
Kill him,
boy. Clowns. Stafford ain't never. I don't care if both his legs and arms broken. He ain't never letting us get shut out at home. Ever.
Stafford throwing touchdowns with his chest.
What you thought, bro? He throwing touchdown like it's soccer, dog. He doing it with his head, bro. Like, got me messed up. Aaron Rodgers, you a fraud. 31-0. Never forget. I just want Packers fans to know, bro. 31-0. Like, stop. Don't talk to me.
And he go chug a beer at the end of the game.
Like, that's they Aaron Rodgers Hail Mary on them, dog. Like, that's our revenge. 31-0, and y'all, we whooped on y'all earlier in the year. Sweet.
Yeah.
I need a new broom, y'all. I've been searching for one. Because I'm going to need a real big broom after this
Yeah, I
season.
know all that cheese got on it, so yeah, you know.
You know, I need a real big broom. Because they about to get swept 3 years in a row, and I'm going to clown them, bro.
That's right. Folks, it's been
But
2
that Patriots
hours.
game, that was our first 100-yard rusher, so I can understand that game. And we beat the GOAT, so it feels good.
Folks, it has been 2 hours, and I am about to shut this bad boy down. But before I do it, make sure you subscribe to Micro Mike, please, if you've not done so. He is a cool guy. Subscribe to No Miss J for sure. He is a really, really cool guy. He's trying to get up to 400 subs. And, of course, the great one, also known as 313 JMO. Subscribe to him if you have not.
Yes,
He's
help
trying
me get to 600, y'all.
600. We need to get that man to 600 because I'm catching up on him.
Andrew Isham says, no, keep it going.
Hey, man. Don't shut. I've been on for 2 hours already, man. I've been on for 2 hours.
Look, what I'm going to do, I'm going to read the last few questions in here and answer them quickly before we got to go. I mean, I wanted Westbrook, but yeah, we get Bradley Beal. I'm dancing. I'm tap dancing, bro. I hope so. I just don't think he's on the table. What do y'all think was the biggest improvement the Lions made this offseason? Y'all want to chime in? Y'all can. I'm just going to say free agency. I know we drafted well, but we've been drafting well since we got Bob Clinton. We murdered free agency.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I literally mean the word murder.
Top notch players and scheme fits.
We 187 them, man.
Trey Flowers says, I mean, he insanely first says Trey Flowers gonna get 10 sacks, and then he thinks Jared Davis gonna be gone after next season. I completely disagree with that last part.
Yeah.
And it looks like that's it. Jared Davis is not garbage at man. We ain't about to start this today, bro. Jared Davis is a great player, bro. You need to do your research, like Luke G says.
You better than Nevin Lawson,
right?
Well, that is garbage, man.
And plus, now we got 6'2" Jelani Tavares to cover the tight ends. But all right, Mike, you can end it.
All right, no miss. What do you got to say to everybody out there?
Thank y'all. First off, thank you, JMO, and thank you, Mike, for having me today. I have been going through some family issues and concerns that I will explain off the air. That's why I haven't been able to make any videos. Something real tragic happened. So I ask for y'all prayers for me and my family. Other than that, I will be trying to come out with a video either tonight or tomorrow. So stay tuned with me. I'll be hitting y'all with a couple. And shout out to y'all and subscribe to 313 Dre Mo, the great one, and Micro Mike. He's a very funny guy, and rest of DSA members and DV. Thank you.
For all my basketball fans, you want to watch my Kawhi Leonard leaves and goes to the Clippers video. It's a legendary video. So good. I really hold it down. I just dropped a video, a little training camp preview. So just an early 2-week preview for the training camp. So you definitely want to catch that at 313 JMO, man. I always love to talk to you guys. I ain't been on with Mike in a while, but like you said, my work schedule has been crazy as ever. But I'm trying to do my thing. You know, we all prayers for Nomis and everything going on with him. So we just trying to keep that good content out for y'all guys, out for all you guys, man. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, man.
Yeah, man. Again, everyone pray for Nomis. Also, one of my subscribers, Melissa, she's my newest subscriber. She's got a brain tumor, and she's going through some really tough times. So you don't need to know her last name or anything like that, but just keep prayers in mind. We don't want none of that bad stuff happen to the family here because we all want pride. With that said, fellas, adios.